Om Shanti Shanti. Hi everyone. Sending lots of love from India, and I'm here to speak about the content of my retreat in Purple Island, Tenerife. In April, I'm gonna be there for a week. Actually, the retreat is in Spanish, but we're gonna have translation to English. That's why I'm doing this video for you, wherever you are. And I want to invite you to join us. It's going to be the first retreat in Spanish in this beautiful retreat center in the Canary Islands in Spain. And it's going to be a beautiful group. The group is already starting to gather, and I'm very happy to welcome my students from many parts of the world who are coming there. And in 1 week we're gonna go deep. That's what I can tell you. Not only in the practice in the Mysore room, but also in the philosophy. We're gonna be studying, remembering the yoga of the Bhagavad Gita. The Gita is one of the most beautiful songs of devotion here in India towards our masters, also towards the mastery of the senses and the realization of our true purpose in life. And yoga is a technology that is there to help us remember. And from my own personal experience as a yogini, as a mother, as a professional woman of the 21st century, I can tell you yoga has a lot to offer. So even if you're just starting your practice, I welcome you. The Mysore room is a sacred space, and even if you're just starting, I will be happy to introduce you to this amazing practice. And the philosophy, I tell you, will inspire you a lot, and it has inspired me. So the Gita is the story of a warrior, and this warrior is in a profound crisis. He knows he has to do something he doesn't want to do, and yet is the right action. And he doubts and he cries, and he's deeply in sorrow. Sorrow because he understands there are energies he cannot control, he cannot manage. And that is when his mentor, his teacher, his guru, Krishna, his charioteer, starts teaching him the wisdom of understanding what is true and what is false. And that's the art of discernment. That's why we say that yoga is a skill in action. And what is that skill? Sometimes we think it's the skill of putting our leg behind the head. Yeah, it looks cool, but that's not the skill we're speaking about. Sometimes we think it's about doing handstand, as if doing handstands was the signal that someone is enlightened, or I don't know, catching our buttocks in a back bend. That doesn't mean anything. The mind is way more subtle and trickier, and the mind can actually confuse us. That's why we need our teachers. We need our teachers so we can understand that yoga is a pathway, but we need the constant guidance of our gurus to be able to walk it. Many people start, but like Krishna tells Arjuna in the Gita, from 100 that are searching for me, only one finds me. And who is that one? Maybe it's you. Maybe you understand there's something that you're looking for that you're not finding in this material world. Maybe you have been profoundly hurt. Maybe someone, like the poem says, gave you a gift, a art box, and that was also a blessing. And that is why yoga is here to remind us that we don't need to be stuck in that black box of negativity and betrayal and suffering. We can emerge from the crisis and we can be born again. Like very wise master used to tell. We can be born again in the truth and in the bliss of understanding who we really are and who we are not. So, what are we going to do in my retreat? We're going to speak about this hero. We're going to speak about Arjun and his dilemma. He's in a deep dilemma. He has these attachments on one hand, and then he has this calling on the other one. And that dilemma can only be solved through the yoga, through the alignment to something higher, through the connection to the deepest part of our heart. We're going to be speaking about that dilemma that is our dilemma also. How can we choose wisely? Why it is so important to be in good company on the spiritual path. If we're surrounded by people that have doubts, that don't really know what they're doing, that change constantly, like that's why the steadiness of the gurus, of the teachers, is so important. That steadiness, that gravity, is what actually is going to grab our awareness and keep us steady so we can keep moving forward. On Monday we're going to be speaking about Viveka, which is the discernment, and that is a very important skill in yoga, is the discernment to understand that there are many veils of illusion covering our own minds, and that the process of yoga is going to start bringing all that to the surface. And once we understand those veils are not who we are, then we can start really soaking in the purity and vastness of our true being. We're going to learn all this through the practice of Ashtanga Yoga in the Mysore room. And Ashtanga Yoga is 8-limb yoga. It's not only the asana. The asana is the door. But besides the practice, besides the postures, there's also the breath, there's the bandhas, the seals, the sacred seals, and the drishti, the focus. On Wednesday, we're going to speak about how a crisis can become an opportunity. And we're going to start studying the inversions. Inversions in Ashtanga Yoga are a big piece of the practice. Turning our world upside down, putting the legs up in the air, jumping into the unknown, finding a new perspective. Finally, on Thursday, we're going to gather to understand the technique to open our hearts in the back bends. Back bends are pure bliss, but maybe in the beginning they're pure torture. And there's way to biomechanically align the body so we can explore different parts of our mind through the body. I invite you to join us for a week of beautiful company, wonderful nature in Tenerife, for a week of great food and a different rhythm. I invite you to come to this island in the Atlantic in front of Africa. I invite you to an adventure. Yes, you're going to have to leave your comfort zone. Yes, but you're welcome. Even if you're starting your practice, I welcome you. The retreat is going to be in Spanish. Many of my students are traveling from many parts of the world, and we're going to go gather. I'm traveling from India. We're going to come into this island of bliss. Yet, if you don't understand Spanish, don't worry, because the Mysore room is beyond any language. The yoga is beyond any language. And in the philosophy classes, you will have the translation. So what do you need to do to come to Tenerife? Well, first you need to book your spot. It's a small retreat that I'm holding. I really want to be in an intimate setting. I believe that there's a connection between us already, and that we're just like culminating this meeting in Tenerife, a meeting that already happened in the past. And that's how we explain it here in India. The meeting with our teachers, with our gurus, is coming from previous lives. So we're just kind of culminating something that we left kind of halfway. So it will be my pleasure, it will be my honor to know you. You can register directly with Purple Valley Tenerife, and I will be there. I will be there from the 6th to the 13th of April 2024, waiting for you, wherever you are. And don't worry if your asana is not perfect. It's not about perfection, it's about exploration. It's about compassion for ourselves. It's about a sacred circle that is going to make us all grow in many ways. It's about nature. It's about feeling. It's about coming together. I welcome you today, Friday, 1st of March, to meet me in Tenerife. I will be there for sure. I hope you can make it. Thank you so much for being here. And from my home in India, I send you many pranams. And I do hope that we can meet each other and learn from each other. That's my prayer. That's my intention with my work and my Dharma, which is honoring my Guruji, Shara Joyce. Thank you so much for being here. Om Shanti, 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 peace. Namaste.